Hi everyone. um, I just got home from babysitting my nephews and my niece, which is why my hair looks like Crazy Town. They really kept me on my toes and kept me very occupied. But I'm really excited to read to you today. It's been such a long week and such a crazy week, and the whole weekend I've been thinking about you, so I really, really, really just want you all to know that I'm still here, still thinking about you, still hoping you're all okay. And nothing's going to change because of this. I'm still going to read to you every day. I'm still going to go over the math problem of the day. And if you have any questions for me or you just want to reach out and talk to me about something, you can ask your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever you're with to reach out to me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So the book that I chose to read today, it is kind of fitting because I think a lot of us are very anxious right now. We feel kind of scared that we don't really know what the future is going to hold, and we don't really know what the rest of the school year is going to look like. So I chose the book Wemberly Worried by Kevin Henkes, and we've read this in class a long time ago. But I think it's really important to go back to it because Wemberly is kind of all of us right now. She's worrying about a lot of things, and she kind of learns that it's okay to worry and it's okay to ask questions and it's okay to not feel certain all the time, but nothing is forever, and there's always a way to kind of squash those worries. And so that's kind of my job, is to make sure that you're not feeling this anxious and this worried, because I'm just here to tell you that it is okay. I know it's a scary time, but it's not something that worrying is going to make any better. So my homework for you kind of after reading this book is think about, if you're feeling like Wemberly right now, what can you do to kind of squash those worries and make those worries go away? So this is Wemberly Worried, and just like with every other story we've been reading, I want you to think about the plot, the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution, all that good stuff. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. And she says, I just wanted to make sure you were still here. Little things. And things in between. What if I shrink? Wemberly worried in the morning. She worried at night. And she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators made. What if there's a snake inside? At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slide and the bars on the jungle gym. And always, she worried about her doll, Petal. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. You worry too much, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. This is Petal, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side, too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Come back tomorrow, called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. The end. So like I said, I think we can all really feel the way that Wemberly was feeling in this story because it's a very confusing and scary time for a lot of us, but I just want you all to know that I am here and I don't want you feeling that way all the time because that makes me so sad I can't be there for you. And so the best thing that I can do is try to make this as normal as possible. So if you're ever feeling scared or sad or left out or you're not really sure what's happening, come and watch these videos. Come listen to me read to you. Just take a deep breath and relax because this too shall pass and everything will be back to normal in no time. So I hope you're having fun. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're making good choices. And I love you and miss you, and I'll see you soon. Okay, our math problem of the day today is about a girl named Zoe, and she was baking some chocolate chip cookies for a picnic. Now it says that she baked 4 trays full of chocolate chip cookies. So to represent that on my whiteboard, I can just draw 4 circles, and each circle will represent a tray. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 trays. Now it says each tray had 8 cookies on it. So this tray had 8 cookies, this tray had 8 cookies, this one had 8, and this one had 8. Now I know in my brain this looks very, very familiar. This looks like repeated addition or multiplication. So this is 4 groups, and each group has 8 inside it. So this is similar to the multiplication equation of 4 times 8. Now if I wanted to solve 4 times 8, all you have to do is 8 plus 8, which I know 8 plus 8 is 16. This 8 plus 8 is also 16. So if we put those two 16s together, 16 plus 16 is 32. Now that's not the end of the question. The question didn't ask how many cookies did Zoe make. It says she actually ate 4 of the cookies. So I know that she made 32 in all, but she ate 4 of them. Now I know when I eat something, I'm not adding more to it, I'm taking it away. So I'm going to take away those 4 cookies that she ended up eating. Now if I wanted to do 2 minus 4, I can't do that, because if the bigger number is on the bottom, we can't successfully do that subtraction. So we have to borrow from our tens place. We're just going to borrow 1 10, and that'll make it a 2. And this 2, we had 2 1s, but we borrowed 10 from over here, so this will actually be 12. Now we have 12 minus 4, which we can do, which is 8. and 2 minus nothing is 2. So it should be 28, and we need our label, cookies, is how many she is going to bring to the family picnic. Now again, if we wanted to check our work, for this problem in particular, we would do the inverse operation, which would be addition. So we would add these two numbers, and the sum should be our total that we started with. So 28 plus 4, I know 8 plus 4 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, those two are the same, so that means our answer was correct. So our answer of 28 cookies should be our final answer for the problem. Now this was a two-step word problem, which means we had to do the first step, which was multiplication, and then the second step, which was subtraction. So it's really, really important when you're reading through these math problems that you don't just read the first part and you don't just read the second part. You have to read the whole thing together and make sure you're doing each step successfully. And the only way to do that is to check your work. So I know I say it all the time, and you're probably getting sick of me saying it, even though we're not even in the classroom. Check your work, check your work, check your work, because that is the only way that you can prove to yourself and prove to Miss Dunleavy that you know that your answer is correct. So I hope that was helpful. I will see you tomorrow for our next read aloud and problem of the day. Love you, miss you, can't wait to see you soon.